A very good morning to all of you. I hope all of you are fine, doing well, and most importantly, you all are studying. Okay. I hope you haven't forgotten. You have to keep on studying. All right. So today is another practical session. I have come up with another sort of a clinical training session for you all. First of all, let me tell you that I have seen all your assignments and you all have done fairly well. Everybody has responded, so that's good. And I think 31 of you have given a response, a feedback for last time session. So you all have liked the session. Thank you so much. And today I feel motivated to, have another session with you on similar lines. So today I have also come up with a quiz, okay, similar quiz which will give you, clinical training on a particular subject that I've selected for the day today. Okay. So today, the best part about today is that there is no assignment. Okay. And I am going to sort of try to demonstrate a common brushing technique. Okay. I have this model here with me, fortunately, at home. So with the help of this model, I am going to demonstrate brushing technique. Okay. So first of all, tell me, are all of you all very well versed with the brushing technique on the model? So someone can just switch on their audios and tell me. Yes, please. Are you all well versed with the brushing technique? Are you all there or are you all sleeping? Come on, wake up. My sessions, you all have to wake up.
Yes, ma'am. Theoretically, we know, but we've not done it on the models as such.
Okay, oh, all right. So today I will be trying to teach you on this model. I hope all of you can see clearly. All right. So first of all, I'll start with the phones technique. Okay. So the phones technique, first of all, you will ask your patient to make big flex out their arm, sort of, if you can see, and sort of make big circles, okay, in the air, and slowly start making smaller circles and take these circles at the front of their face. Okay. So you ask the patient to do this a number of times. So they get a hang of this motion. All right. So now I'll just demonstrate on the model. All of you can see this clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I have the teeth here occluded. Okay. In Phones technique, the teeth are occluded. And the similar circular motion is done on the facial surface, the buccal and the facial surface. Okay. So you go round and round this way. So make sure you're covering all the teeth and you're covering the gingiva as well. Okay. So this is the motion. So I'm going to show you very quickly because I don't have that much time. So this is for the facial surface. Then on the occlusal surface, similar circular motion is carried forward. Okay. Okay. Maxillary and mandibular. And in the anterior region, you have to make your brush a little vertical. Okay. So this is the motion here, and if you can see, this is the motion here. Okay. So you cover all the teeth, all the surfaces, even the palatal surface. Okay. Similar circular motions. All right. So this is your Phones technique. All right. Have you all got it? Yeah. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is a Phones technique. Then we will move on to the BAS and the modified BAS technique. Okay. So in the BAS technique, the patient doesn't have to occlude now. Okay. So he has to slightly keep his mouth open, and you will place the toothbrush at a 45-degree angle at the gingival sulcular area. Okay. So it's not on the tooth surface, it's at the gingival circular area. So what happens is that the toothbrush is going to cover half of the tooth and half of the gingiva. Okay. So you place it like that. If you can see clearly, yes, you place it in this manner such that you are covering 3 teeth. Okay. And once you do this, you have slightly vibratory motion or you have your circular motions. Okay. So this motion is carried forward 20 times. All right. 20 times in one place. Then you move ahead to the next 3 teeth. Now, when you move ahead to the next 3 teeth, you make sure that you are not, you're sort of overlapping the last tooth also. Okay. So then this is how you move on to the next 3 teeth. Now I'm going to show you very quickly. All right. I'm not going to actually make those 20 motions. So actually it is 20 motions in one area. Then you move on to the next 3 teeth. Okay, so this way you cover your entire, all the surfaces of the teeth. So this also happens in the occlusal, this also happens in the lingual, palatal, all the surfaces. Again, when you're touching the anterior region, you have to hold the brush a little vertical. Okay, so the same kind of vibratory motions, and you sort of cover all the surfaces. So this is your Bas technique. Okay, now modified Bas technique is the Bas technique with a slight modification. Okay, so you place the toothbrush in the same manner at a 45-degree angle at the circular area. All right, this is just like the Bas. Then the same circular or vibratory motions just like the Bas. Then there is this sweeping motion. Okay, after the 20 times vibratory motions comes the sweeping motion. So this is the modification in the modified Bas technique. All right, so you see it is the same thing, vibratory motion and then sweep, vibratory motion and then sweep. Okay, so you see this is how you will sort of move on to the entire occlusal, palatal, everywhere. And when you move on to the anterior, again the brush is vertical and there's a sweep, vertical and there's a sweep. Okay, so when there is a sweeping motion, it is the modified Bas technique. Now you see that the Phones technique, the modified Bas technique, and the Bas technique, these are the three that you most commonly write in your case history. Am I right? Yeah. So these techniques, if you see, the Phones technique does not require much of manual dexterity. All right, there is not much of technique, or it is not technique sensitive. You don't have to learn anything. It's quite simple. Okay, so the Phones technique is prescribed for younger children. Okay, children who have primary dentition. All right, who don't have much of manual dexterity, so they can easily learn it and they can easily clean their teeth. Then moving on to the Bas and the Bas and the modified Bas techniques, you require to learn the technique. Okay, it's not complicated, but there is a kind of a procedure. Again, you need manual dexterity. It's not easy. So slightly older children, okay, children who are in their mixed dentition are prescribed their modified Bas and the Bas technique. Obviously, from the Bas and the modified Bas, you see that modified Bas is much better because it has that additional sweeping action which cleans the teeth much better. Okay, and if you see the difference between modified in between the modified Bas and the Phones, you see that in the Bas techniques there is good interdental cleaning, there is good circular cleaning, where there's complete cleaning, whereas in Phones technique it's quite sort of rough sort of a cleaning. That's why you're prescribing it to younger children. And also you see that in the Phones technique, because the area covered is large, you're covering your teeth, you're covering your teeth, you're covering your gingiva, there is a chance of injury to the gingiva as well. Okay, so there is massage for the gingiva, but if this is not, this is the child gets too happy doing this and too vigorously starts brushing, there is trauma to the gingiva at many times. Okay, so each of these techniques has their plus and negatives. All right, so I hope all of you have got the techniques, because again I've tried something new with these sessions. So I hope all of you have sort of got it. Yeah, or do you want
Yes, ma'am.
show it
Yes, ma'am.
again, or you couldn't see the model properly? No issues, right? Yeah, and it's
Yes,
not
ma'am.
all right. Okay, so then you've got a fair idea of your brushing technique. So tomorrow when you have your case history exams, some examiner can give you a model and tell you to demonstrate, or in a Viva, some external or anyone can just tell you to demonstrate the brushing technique. So you have to, now you can't say that you don't know, okay? It is properly taught to you, and it's quite easy. It's very easy, right? So now the demo part is over. Now we'll move on to the quiz part. Okay, so all of you are ready for the quiz? Still sleeping? Come on, wake up. I'll start sharing my screen, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, is this visible? This is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today's topic is, an interactive quiz on the case history, but just the, preventive phase. Okay, so whatever we write in the preventive, I'm just going to take a quiz, for you so that, you can sort of impress me by your skill, or, you can get your little doubts clear. Okay. So again, this session is going to help you, yes, with the brushing technique. Again, I am going to be covering frequent mistakes that you all are making in the preventive phase of your case history. Okay, so that includes your, which brushing technique to prescribe, when to give Pitt and Fisher sealant, when to give APF gel, how do you write the maintenance phase and the recall phase. What are the mistakes that you make in this section? Will be covered it today, okay, through the quiz and the little questions that we have. So the rules are same, as last time. I'll be reading out the questions. You wait for me to finish the question, okay? I know all of you know the answers, but then wait for the whole question. And then you can just tell me your name. Don't say ma'am, and don't say out the answer. You say your name, and then I will call out that person, and that person can answer. All right, understood? Okay, all of you are ready?
Ma'am.
Yes, so
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
noting down
Yes.
your names also like last time. Okay. So this is your first question. Okay, your patient is 5 years female. Which brushing technique would you prescribe?
Ma'am, Akanksha.
Roshni.
Akansha, tell me.
Ma'am, phones technique. Phones brushing technique.
Yes, that is correct. Okay. Next question. Your patient is 9 years male. Which brushing technique would you prescribe? That's very easy.
Roshni.
Roshni, tell me.
Ma'am, modified bars technique
Yes.
or
So that's
bars
a,
technique?
yeah, that's a modified bars would be much better because you have that, I told you that additional
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. But if the child is, unable to get it, you can just switch on to the bars technique also. Sometimes when you're teaching the child, he's not able to get it. The last sequence, you can move on to the.
Yes, ma'am.
So it is between
Okay.
modified bars and bars. Okay. So you're right, Roshni. Okay. So now this. What are these are the advantages of which brushing technique? Adequate interdental cleaning, massage to the gingiva, and adequate intercircular cleaning. These are advantages.
Roshni. Ritika.
Roshni, tell me.
Ma'am, modified bars technique.
Yes. Okay. So as I told you, because the bristles are placed at a 45-degree angles, at the circular area, there is, and when you do that, if you can see me, you're sort of brushing, you're sort of pressing the bristles on the tooth, so that the bristles will go completely into the intercircular area and the interdental area, and there'll be complete cleaning. Okay, as opposed to phones, which is very sort of upper se. So here you're brushing, you're placing your bristles tightly into the tooth surface. So there's more amount of cleaning. So you're right there. Next question. These are the advantages of which brushing techniques? Easy to learn and does not require manual dexterity. Okay.
Ma'am, Manju.
Ritika.
Neha, tell me. Yes, Neha?
Phones technique.
Yes, it's the Frohn's brushing technique. Okay. All right. Next, these are the disadvantages of which brushing technique? There is no interdental cleaning and there is possibility of trauma to gingiva. Yes, answers please.
I'm Janvi.
Yes, Janvi.
Ma'am, bars technique of brushing.
No interdental cleaning. No interdental cleaning.
Ma'am, Sonika.
Roshni.
Neha, ma'am.
Neha, tell me.
Ma'am, phones technique.
Yes, it's a Frohn's technique. Okay. See, no interdental cleaning, because as I told you, upar se circular motions are upar se, and because you are covering your tooth and the gingiva, when you're doing this, there is possibility of trauma to the gingiva. All right. So this is very important. All right. So Janvi, you got it. Why is it not Bars technique?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Neha is correct. All right. Okay, these are the disadvantages of which brushing technique? Technique sensitive and requires manual dexterity.
Ritika.
Ma'am,
Manju.
Akanksha.
Ma'am, Manju.
Yes, Manju.
Ma'am, modified Bass technique.
Yes. Okay. So that's pretty simple now. Okay. So you all have got the slight similarities and differences between both the brushing techniques. Okay. So now we'll move on to the next question. Now listen carefully. Your patient is 7 years male with a mixed dentition with no carious lesions present in any teeth. Would you still prescribe Pitt and Fisher sealant application?
Roshni. Yes, Janvi.
Roshni, tell me.
Ma'am, Manju.
See, I think I'll give Janvi a chance because last time she just got a little, yeah. So tell me, Janvi, what's the answer?
Yes, ma'am. We'll be prescribing the application of Pitt and Fisher sealants, ma'am, because Pitt and Fisher sealants are usually applied in the permanent teeth which have just erupted because they have deep pits and fissures, so the child does not get caries. So we will be prescribing Pitt and Fisher sealants for the child, and that is done in the posterior teeth, the posterior
Yeah.
permanent teeth that has been developed.
Yeah. So your reason is absolutely correct. So your concept is also correct. So you just did not guess it. You do prescribe Pitt and Fisher sealant even if there is no carious lesion. Okay. Had there been carious lesion in the posteriors, you would have done a PRR. Okay. Say had the caries been in just in the enamel, you would have done a PRR. Okay. If there are no caries, you are going to go for a Pitt and Fisher sealant. All right. Next question. Your patient is 6 years of age. What is the amount of toothpaste you will prescribe for brushing? 6 years. Anyone?
Ma'am, Manju.
Ma'am, Ranmay.
Manju, tell me.
Ma'am, pea size.
Yes, that's the right answer. It's pea size. Okay. Now, next question. Your patient is 4 years of age. What is the amount of toothpaste you will prescribe for brushing? Yes. Anyone? Mrinmay, does she have the answer? She wanted to answer last time.
Ma'am, pea size.
Who was this? Mrinmay.
Ma'am, Ranmay.
Yes, Mrinmay. Pea size? Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Why is that? Do you know the amount of toothpaste that is, prescribed otherwise?
Yes, ma'am. Below, till 4 years of age, we usually prefer pea size.
So yes, the answer is correct. It is pea size. So I tried to sort of confuse you all, but you have your concepts right there. So pea size is from 3 to 6 years. Okay, 3 to 6 years, and anything younger than that, you will prescribe a smear of toothpaste. All right. So remember this. Next question. Which teeth would you prescribe the application of Pitt and Fisher sealants? Permanent molars,
Ma'am,
incisors?
Janvi.
No,
Ma'am, Samiksha.
Ma'am,
you
Manju.
all have to wait for me to finish. Yes. So I'm going to go again right from the top. So I'm teaching you patience also, along with dentist. So which teeth would you prescribe the application of Pitt and Fisher sealants? Permanent molars, permanent incisors, both. Now you all can.
Janvi.
Ma'am,
Janvi.
Samiksha.
Yes, Janvi,
Jan.
Janvi.
Ma'am, permanent
Ma'am,
molars.
Samiksha.
Ma'am, permanent molars.
Okay, Janvi, right? Yeah, the answer is permanent molars. Why not permanent incisors or both? Why is that so?
Ma'am, because permanent molars usually have very deep pits because they have just developed, so there are more chances of developing caries in posteriorly. Because even the brush, sometimes children do not brush properly, so there are chances that a brush might not reach there, and there are chances that they might develop caries there more rather than the incisors.
And what rather than the incisors, so you can give Pitt and Fisher to incisors.
No, ma'am.
Ma'am,
No, we
because
cannot
pits
give
and
Pitt and
fissures are
Fisher
not present on
Exactly.
incisors.
Exactly.
incisors.
Pitt and Fisher sealant. I think the name gives out, the answer. Pitt and Fishers are not present
Yes,
in
ma'am.
incisors. I don't know
Incisors.
why you all are writing Pitt and Fisher sealant for incisors. Okay, that's why I've included this question. Pitt and Fisher sealant only in your molars, your permanent molars, and even they can even go for your primary molars. Okay, it's not that only permanent molars. So it has to be a newly erupted tooth. It has to be a newly erupted posterior tooth. That means a newly erupted teeth with pits and fissures go for pit and fissure sealant. Okay, simple as that. I don't want any one of you writing pit and fissure sealant in incisors. Okay. Okay. So next one. Your patient is 12 years male with stained pits and fissures. Would you still prescribe a pit and fissure sealant? Yes, no, only if he can afford it. Yes, stained pits and fissures. What's your answers?
Roshni?
Yes, Roshni.
Ma'am, Manju.
Yes.
Roshni.
No, ma'am, we won't prescribe.
Why is that so? What if he's affording?
Because we generally no, but we prescribe pit and fissure for tooth which are newly erupted posterior teeth. So
Okay,
to in
what is
12
newly
male,
erupted then? How do you say like 12? He's 12 years, na? They could be newly erupted. So how do you
Ma'am,
like what do you
Manju.
put in the bracket of newly? Yes, Manju, tell me.
Ma'am, because we do pits and fissure sealants in newly erupted where there are no carious lesion as initiated. Here already there are stained fissures. That means there's a carious lesion initiation. So we won't actually do pit and fissure there.
Okay, that wouldn't be the right answer. See, you in this case, you will not do a pit and fissure sealant. The reason is not because they are stained. The reason being this tooth is not as who said this? Who said the answer? Janvi, right? Initially, that it's not
Roshni, ma'am.
Roshni. Yes, Roshni. She's right. The tooth is not newly erupted. Okay, so the newly erupted tooth, what you say, it has to be within 4 years of eruption. Okay, so your molars will erupt, at 6 years of age. So 6 and till the age of 10 years, you can consider them as newly erupted. Okay, now this child is already 12 years. So you will not it's not a newly erupted tooth. So you will not give a pit and fissure sealant for that reason. Not because of the staining aspect. If the patient was say 8 years or 7 years and the molars were stained, you would still do a pit and fissure sealant. Okay? Staining does not mean caries. Caries is only when there is a catch. Okay, when you have stained pits and fissures, it means that there is no catch. All right. So staining does not mean catch. Okay, so remember this. So have you got this concept? Yeah, Manju?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you
Yes,
understood this? Stained fissures does not mean caries. Only if there is a
Yes, ma'am.
catch, it will mean that there is caries, and if there's caries, obviously no pit and fissure sealant. Okay, but that doesn't apply in this question. Okay, this question, it is a question of say the tooth is not newly erupted. Okay, so moving on to the next one. Your patient is 5 years and visits you for a routine checkup, and she has no carious lesions. Would you still prescribe scaling and polishing, which is oral prophylaxis? No carious lesions and come just for a routine checkup. Okay, so what are your answers? Yes, no, or only if she can pay for it?
Ma'am, Renuka.
Renuka is the new name. Yeah, tell me, Renuka.
Ma'am, we will prescribe
Why is that?
the scaling and polishing.
Why?
Because children doesn't brush properly, so plaque and stains can be present. So we can remove it with the help of scaling and polishing.
So you see, the reason being every patient goes for scaling and polishing. Okay, any and every patient, every case history that you take, every patient that you have will go for oral prophylaxis. Okay, remember that. With carious lesion, without carious lesion, with calculus, with plaque, nothing, every patient goes for oral prophylaxis. All right, so that is the reason you will send this patient even for oral prophylaxis. All right, got the answer?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So moving on to the next one. Your patient is 12 years male and has a very poor oral hygiene. Okay. So what will you prescribe? Only scaling and polishing, or scaling, polishing and root planing for like a complete treatment? Your answers? Where are the boys? Are they sleeping? Yes. Where are they? Yes. What are your answers? Oh God.
Ma'am, Manju.
See, I have already, the slide has moved ahead. Anyway, tell me. Yes, Manju, tell me.
Ma'am, only scaling and polishing, ma'am,
Why
because
is that?
obviously there is no recession or there is no need to do root planing in children's.
Okay. The reason being, in children you don't have to do root planing, okay? Because see, there is no calculus present in children. Have you all ever seen a patient, a child patient with calculus? At least I haven't seen. Okay, so children do not have calculus, and you do not need to go and do root planing. It's quite a, you know, a traumatic experience for a child. So every patient scaling polishing is more than enough. All right, so in pedo I don't want any one of you writing scaling, polishing, root planing. Okay, just stop at scaling and polishing. All right. Next question. Your patient, 11 years male, had 2 carious lesions in the dentine, which you have successfully restored. Okay. Now, when will you recall this patient for follow-up? It is 3 to 6 months, it is 3 months, or it is 6 months. What are your answers?
Roshni.
Yes, Roshni.
Ma'am, 6 months.
6 months. Why is it?
Ma'am, because caries index of that patient is not high. It's low caries index because there are only 2 caries lesions. So 6 months would be fine.
So why not 3 to 6 months? Anyone can answer.
3 to 6 months, it is a range. Now we are supposed to write a proper time, 3 or 6.
Yes, so that is exactly what I'm trying to, you know, tell you all. Please don't write 3 to 6 months. Okay, either he comes 3 months or he comes after 6 months. All right, so you have to just know when to call him after 3 months and when to call him after 6 months. There is no 3 to 6 months. All right. Okay, what is the full form of APF gel? Now I want a boy to answer, because I feel there is, where are they? What is the full form?
One, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Acidulated phosphate fluoride
Okay.
gel.
Yes. Okay, next question. Your patient is 4 years female. How often would you prescribe APF gel application? So twice a year, once a year, or not prescribe at all?
I'm Janvi.
Yes, Janvi.
Twice a year.
A year. Okay, and what is your reason for that?
Ma'am, because APF is usually for the preventing of the caries. So if as the kids are small, so there are higher chances of developing caries in them. So if we keep doing it for every 6 months, so there will be lesser chances so that the child develops caries. So that's why we're supposed to do it in twice a year.
Okay, anyone else wants to add anything to this? No one? So everyone agrees with Janvi? Yes or no? Or is this a very difficult question? All right, see, the answer is 4 years a child has primary dentition. Okay, so in primary dentition, you are not prescribing APF gel application. All right, so only when the patient has mixed dentition that you will prescribe APF gel, that is also twice a year. Okay, have you all got it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I don't want this mistake to you know, for you all you know, you all keep on repeating this mistake a lot. In APF gel is only for mixed dentition. All right, so just keep that sort of a hint in your mind. If it's a mixed dentition, then you go for APF gel. If primary dentition is there or complete permanent dentition is there, you do not need to give APF gel. All right, so 4 years, most certainly the patient has primary dentition. All right, so keep this in mind. Okay, next one. The patient is 7 years female, has 7 carious lesions in the enamel and dentine, 1 in the pulp, 1 approaching pulp, and you have treated everything successfully. Okay, so when will you recall this patient for follow-up? This one is easy now.
Ma'am, Anisha.
Anusha?
Ma'am, Anisha.
Anisha, yes, tell me.
Ma'am, 3 months.
And why would you call him after 3 months?
Ma'am, because the caries index is very high, so regular checkups are important, so that more caries do not regenerate or there are no secondary caries.
Okay, so all of you have got the concept, all right? So today's session, I feel a lot of you, just a second. Yeah. So in today's session, I could see a lot of you fumbled a little bit. Okay. So I hope all the concepts are clear now. Yeah, you have got all the little mistakes that you all make.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I think this was quite a fruitful session for you, because I think the last time somehow all of you got all the answers correct. So behavior management is a thorough topic for you, I feel. But this one here, you'll have quite fumbled a little bit. So, and I hope you have got the answers and you will not make these mistakes in your case history again. All right. Be it your brushing technique, be it your recall, APF gel, Pitt and Fisher sealants. All right. So no mistakes. Have you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I think we will end our session here. Okay. So thank you very much for joining in with me. But I'm really disappointed with the boys. Okay. They don't respond. There's only, when I call out for the boys, there's only Sohan who sort of replies. Where are the rest? Yeah. It is still too early for you all. Yeah. 47 participants. How many? There are how many in your class?
Oh, ma'am, 51.
So who is absent today?
Ma'am, Sultan isn't there.
Yeah, and who else?
And
Just give me a rough idea. No, Sultan and
ma'am, I'm trying to see who all are not there.
just see and let me know. I'm anyway taking screenshots of your attendance, because usually we have like a full class, no, of 51.
Yes, ma'am.
What happened today? Just see and tell me, Anisha.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Teddu isn't there.
Okay, and
Ma'am, this is happening, I guess, because of the connectivity issue they are facing since morning.
yeah, no problem. But I just need to know who's there and not there.
Okay, ma'am.
So we have Tedu who's not there. We have Sultan who's missing, and Farzan is there.
Oh, yes, ma'am, Rizan is there.
And I need one more, right? No, I need two more names. Two more names. Okay.
Not able to find ma'am as such in these.
All right. So I think I have taken screenshots of your attendance. So I think I'll figure it out somehow that who is missing. But thank you all.
Ma'am, it is Trupti and Indraja.
Tripti and
Indraja.
Indraja. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. So I think
Yes,
I'll end my session here. It was once again very pleasant to meet you all. All right. So till we meet again, keep on studying, keep on revising. Okay. So bye bye, everyone.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.